Hello, Boys and Girls Club friends. It's Miss Amy, and I thought it would be fun for us to do a science experiment today. So these are all things I had around my house, and you can do it along too. If you have these things at home, ask a grown-up for some help and ask them if you have these items available. If not, it's okay. It's still fun to watch. So we're going to need a few things to do our experiment. You're going to need some 2% or whole milk. And it needs to be 2% or whole milk because we need a milk that has a little bit more fat in it. So if you use like 1% or skim milk, it's not really going to work for this experiment. Then you're also going to need some food coloring. And I already have my neon food coloring pulled out of the little box here. And that's like liquidy food coloring inside here. And then you're going to need a shallow plate or a dish that you can pour milk into. So my plate has enough of a little dip in it that I'm going to pour some milk into this. Then you're going to need some regular dish soap, like the kind of dish soap that you use for the dishes in your sink. And then you're going to need some paper towels in case you have any spills to clean up. All right, do we have everything we need? So we're going to get started. I'm going to pour some of my milk into the dish. We don't need a whole lot. I'm just going to pour a very, very shallow amount. And I'm going to do this carefully. If you need to ask a grown-up for help, that's okay, because sometimes those milk jugs are heavy, right? All right, so I've poured my milk into my dish. And see, I didn't pour a whole lot. I just poured a little bit. Then the second step, I'm going to take my food coloring and I'm going to make a really pretty collage of colors in my dish. And when I make these collage of colors, the final thing that we're going to have happen is after I have all my colors in this dish, we are actually going to make what I call a dancing rainbow. So I took some blue, some pinky purple, just really pretty fun colors. I'm just kind of making a really cool design. You don't have to have a lot, but I love all the colors, so I'm putting a lot of dots of colors. I'm gonna take some red and just drip it around. And then I have this really pretty kind of greenish yellow springtime color. All right. All right, can everybody see all of those really awesome colors that we have in our dish? So for our third step, we're gonna take our dish soap, and we don't need a whole lot. We just need like a couple drops of the dish soap. And again, it's okay to ask a grown-up. In fact, you should probably ask a grown-up to use any of these things because science can get a little bit messy. That's what makes it fun. So I'm going to very, very carefully take my dish soap, and in the center of my dish, I'm going to drop just a couple drops. Try to do it really slow and really careful. Okay, drop a couple drops right in the middle, and you're going to see our dancing rainbow. Can you see that? How cool is that? And it's still moving. Can you see our dancing rainbow in the middle of our dish? Very cool patterns and designs. But does anybody know why it does this? Oh, and it's still moving. It looks really, really neat. But does anybody know why this happens? I'll give you a minute to take some guesses. I'll give you a hint. It's kind of related to the same reason that we use soap to clean our dishes. Okay. So when we eat off of plates, wow, that's really cool. That's still going. So when we eat off of our plates and use our silverware and things like that, our foods that we eat, like meats and cheeses and cooking oils, have oil and fat in them. Now, the dish soap, when we put it in this dish with the milk that has fat in it, the dish soap and the milk try and separate from one another. So just like when we use dish soap on our dishes, the dish soap is trying to separate our dish, like separate the fat from our dishes to clean them, and then we can rinse it off with water after that happens. So in our dish here, the milk had fat in it. The milk and the soap try and separate from each other. Well, our food coloring was floating on top of the milk. So as the milk and the soap are trying to run away from each other, it's taking that food coloring with it and making these really cool designs. Oh my goodness, look how much it's already changed. That's pretty neat. Thank you guys for joining me for some science fun today. And I'm still watching it. It's so cool. So you can make a dancing rainbow in a dish or a plate at your house too. Just remember, as always, ask mom or dad if it's okay to get these things out. And I hope that everybody is safe and healthy at home. I miss you all. Take care. Bye, guys.